Hi, Daryl here again with ISI, and now we're going to show you something that makes us really unique in the fact that ISI is the only company in the US that actually rents pipe profiling equipment. So again, with that idea that we have with your Ready to Weld -2, if you watch that video, we wanted to bring technology to customers and make that entry point as stress-free as possible. So when we started selling pipe and vessel profiling equipment about 15 years ago, we started looking for ways to make that adaptation of that technology a little less stressful, because it's a heavy investment and we want to make sure that you're making it as confidently as possible. So what we did is we were the first company, and as far as I know, we're the only company, to actually buy a system or two and put it in a rental fleet. So we can rent you a pipe profiler, so that you can prove to yourself what we believe is probably the biggest difference maker that you can add to your shop. Normally what we hear from our clients is it's a 10-to-1 time savings. So if it takes you 10 hours to do something, we're going to do this in less than an hour. So I've got Marco Morales here today. He's going to run this machine, and he's going to start off with showing you how we program and build a pipe or a cut piece. And then what he's also going to show you is how you could import a drawing from your drawing package, whether it be SolidWorks or AutoCAD Inventor. I've got Colby, she's running the camera. She's going to zoom in here in just a second and let us see how this works. So Colby? So what Marco's going to do is I think he's going to start off with a new part. And he's loaded in some parameters that basically says this part is 6-inch pipe and it has a 1/4-inch wall. So he's going to tell it we're going to add a new cut. And so he's got a pipe now that has a hole in the center. He chose a hole, and he's going to do a, we're going to adjust that hole to its location that we want. So he's going to put that 10 inches from where it was. So it was at 20 inches, now it's at 10. Now if he wants a bevel on that hole, he can do that as well. Now we've got a bevel on the hole. So if we wanted to short this part down, how would we shorten the length of this?
Just call out whatever length that you want on it. Yeah, position. Right now it's 40 inches long.
So it's 40 inches long right now. That's kind of the default is what it sets to. Now we're going to make it 20 inches long. And that's all you would have to do to build a part. You could add more holes. You could add a saddle to one end if you wanted to. You could do a miter cut. So basically think of any mechanical connection you would have with a piece of pipe, and you can design that on this system. So now he's got a hole on both sides. One's beveled, one's not.
Change that hole diameter to 2 inch.
So you're going to change the hole diameter down to a 2, refresh it, and now you've got a smaller, obviously 2-inch hole. Now you'll notice that the ends of this pipe are not beveled. If we wanted those to be beveled, we could do that as well. So he's going to make that a beveled end, 37.5 degrees. He'll refresh it. And now you can see we've got a bevel on the end of that pipe. It's really that simple. You just answer simple questions. Now, Marco, let's walk through what it would take, if you can, to bring in a pipe or a spool from a drawing package. So we're going to go to the piping importer, and we're going to import a PCF file.
This has OLEDs.
So we've got OLEDs on this one. So it brings in that drawing from your server. In this case, we've got it stored on the machine, and you can see here, these are all the parts. And those are the OLEDs on each one of those. You can see those holes laid out. So it automatically pulled in the drawing that was already there in a PCF format. It's giving us a length, it's telling us a location of all those holes. And then if he wants to export this, it's obviously not going to export the things that are fitting. So we've got 4 elbows here. It's going to not import those, and it's going to bring in only the pipe spools. So here's all, there's the saddle cut on one side, straight cuts. So those are all the pieces that were in that drawing. That is how fast and how easy it is to bring that data from your drawing package into this machine. So now what he's done is he's gone ahead and preloaded a sample cut that we're going to do for you now that he loaded here on the machine. Let him pull that one up. These are all sample cuts we've done for customers. So we're actually going to do this cut here. So it's going to be a straight cut on one end with a bevel, 2 holes, and then we're going to do a saddle cut. So that'll show you a lot of functionality on the system. We're actually running a Max Pro 200. It sits here on this same skid. And then we've got a in-feed conveyor, and we've got a offload arms and things of that sort. We'll show you that here in just a second. We're going to step around to the other side of the system. Okay, so now we're on the other side of the system. I want to walk you through some of the things on this system. Again, I'm going to have Colby run the camera. She's going to kind of follow me as we go through here. But right here is our chuck. On this system, it's a 2 to 24-inch chuck, so we can actually handle from 2 to 24-inch pipe. This chuck floats. You can see I'm moving it right there. It actually floats to allow for that camber that can be in a piece of pipe, because we all know there's no such thing as a round pipe, there's no such thing as a straight pipe. So this allows for that camber to be absorbed right here, and we don't put stress on the system. This is something else that's really unique about the Watts-Muller product. We actually follow the ovality of that pipe. We know it's not a circle, so it's going to keep that arc distance consistent by tracking right here on this roller ball. We can actually get this down to where we only leave just a few inches of drop piece. If you have a factory bevel, you can save that and make your first cut actually your drop. So Colby, if you would, follow me on down. These right here are actually kickoff arms. These kickoff arms, as we cut pipe, and those are, imagine this pipe being the full length of this bed, which is 25 feet. This gives us the ability to kick those off to a table that would be right where I'm standing right now. So back here we actually have a pallet of pieces that we've cut. These are all the welding samples that we cut for our welds that we do with our in our showroom on the other video that we just showed you. So they've cut a piece of pipe down to a series of these samples. Just to give you an idea of the cleanliness of the cut, these have not been dressed at all. You can see how clean that is and how consistent that is end to end. So Colby, if you'll follow me on around. What we've got out here is actually our in-feed conveyor. This also is available. Of course, the sun's probably not going to help me out much with this video, but that in-feed conveyor allows you to feed pipe through. It can set outside, your machine sets inside, and that way you don't have to have all that pipe stored inside. You can pass it through a hole in the wall and you're ready to go. You load it into the machine and then you're ready to cut. So we're going to go back over here to the machine now. And what Marco's going to do is, if you'll remember that saddle cut that I showed you that he had designed, he's actually going to run that cut right here. So Marco, when you're ready, we're ready. So he aligns it to the end of the pipe. He's already loaded it on the machine, and then it starts the cutting process. So if you'll remember on that part that he designed, he's got 2 holes. So it's going to automatically go and cut those 2 holes next. There's hole number 1, and you can tell that it was cut right because it drops right through the center. Nice clean cut. We're using shop air on this. If we were cutting stainless or some other alloy, we'd probably be cutting with nitrogen or a mixed gas. So it's going to rotate 180 degrees and automatically cut that second hole. Now this hole happens to be beveled. So it's going to bevel this hole. Now the next cut is going to be that saddle. Marco, did this saddle have a bevel on, or is it without a bevel? So it's a saddle without a bevel. You'll see that other cut piece drop out. So Marco, if you don't mind, let me see those pliers real quick. Colby, if you'll follow me, I just want to show that cut. Thank you, Marco. So if you can imagine how long a cut like this would take you to do freehand, it's going to take you a lot longer than what we just showed you there. So that goes back to that 10-to-1 time savings. But what I want to show you is we're going to drop this down on this pipe. You can see the fit up that we get. So we've done a size-on-size saddle there, and it sits perfectly. All you would have to do is flapper wheel this to remove the shellac from the pipe, and you're ready to weld this on. This system, like I said earlier, is by far the most impactful system that we sell for your process. It makes an immediate improvement on your production, and it dramatically improves both the quality of your welding and the speed at which pipe gets moved through your shop. Really want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. At ISI, we really want to stress that our goal is to help bring solutions to your applications. We want to fit the solutions around you and not make you fit into our solution. We want to tailor it to meet your needs. So I hope that this video has shown you how we can bring technology to meet your struggles and your challenges and help you overcome those. Thank you for watching this video today. Remember, at Industrial Solutions, solutions is our middle name.